Hi, and welcome to CACM's brand new CM World, the virtual space for all members of CACM. My name is Emily Yost. I am your Director of Marketing and Communications.
And my name is Melissa Hurtado. I am the Vice President and Director of Membership and Events.
We have the pleasure of walking you through our virtual space to understand exactly how you can market your brand to the community managers across California and beyond. So, Melissa, why don't we walk them into this first glass room?
Okay, Emily.
I'll follow you. Notice how we are actually walking into this virtual space. And this space can be branded to your company. Melissa, do you want to walk them through how this works?
Yes, Emily. So, our industry partners have the opportunity to promote your products and services with different options. So, here on the wall, here to my right, is a place where you can put your logo and company branding, as well as they're linkable to go to your website or where you have your managers or clients go to.
So, what you're saying, Melissa, is that someone can click to open these particular boxes once they hover over them. So, not only is their branding seen within the world, but because it's a digital world, people can interact with their brand in however they choose to have them interact.
That's correct, Emily.
So, if we look behind us, you can see that there is something they can take a look at by zooming in on to get more information, or they can actually interact with a website of your choosing. So this is actually a live website for them to interact with. They can have
That's
they can sit down as well, right, Melissa?
that's correct, Emily. They could come in here and have a conversation with somebody.
So I can sit down and talk to Melissa and to a group of other people that choose to sit down with us.
That's correct.
Okay. So why don't we make our way into the office space? We'll teleport there.
I'll see you there.
And here we are in CM World's virtual office space. So if we look to our left, here is an example of an office space. So how might someone use these offices, Melissa?
So, our CACM staff offices will be here, but not only that, we will have opportunities for our industry partners to rent out an office staff. This would give you the opportunity to meet with clients and prospective clients virtually from anywhere.
So they wouldn't be renting out CACM staff, they would actually be renting out office space, correct?
Correct, correct.
So they'd be able to customize an office any way they'd like. Should we walk into this first office and take a peek?
Yes, let's go.
So basically, Melissa, an industry partner could set up these offices any way they'd like. They can either remove a place to sit down, they can change it to seat four, or to be a desk where they can sit and meet with just a few individuals, or they could create more of a conference environment.
That's correct, Emily.
So, how would they use the things that are on the walls?
So, a couple of things here. They can put up their website up on the wall and give a demonstration. They could put images, their logos, where you see the round circle there, that could be a logo. They also have sticky notes, as you can see up on the top. If they're giving some educational instructions, they can use the sticky notes, or even just for a note. If you look to my left there, there's the office hours, lunch times, expo hall. They could even have private conversations in this room just by locking the door. And now there's private conversations in this room and nobody outside can hear them.
So I can imagine that an industry partner may want to use this space to schedule an instruction, a conversation with an entire company. Perhaps there are multiple decision makers that need to be involved in a conversation. They're able to come into this space and lock the door and discuss this privately, correct?
That is correct. And they can do it 24/7.
So, as long as someone has access to the world and they are a member of CACM, they can come in?
Correct. They need to have access and be invited.
Okay. And what if I want to meet with someone who is not a member of CACM? Can I do that as well?
You would be able to, but they would need to sign up in order to get access.
Okay. Perhaps we should show them where a class may happen.
Okay, let's go.
I'll follow you, Melissa. Now, this space seems to be unique. So, there's an actual lounge before you go into the classroom?
There is, and our industry partners can sponsor an educational session or an educational course, and this would be a great place for them to meet with managers as they're coming into the class. The screen on the left, they could put up a website, and then as you can see in front of us, they could also put their company branding up on the wall.
So, let's turn around, Melissa, and show them what they could do on the other side of the wall as well. If I'm understanding you correctly, they could actually place their logos or their branding here. Perhaps they're doing an upcoming event. They could actually have that click to learn more about the event or sign up for something.
That's correct.
So, this is a huge lead sourcing opportunity for industry partners that happen directly within the world. What if they want to give something away? Would you find this was another great way to do a giveaway to collect information?
That's absolutely right. They would be able to collect the attendee information and have a gift or prize drawing and reach out to them.
Okay, so let's walk them into the classroom. So as you can see, the classroom is set up boardroom style in this particular setting, but of course, we could absolutely change this layout at a whim, and we could set it up in rounds. We could set it up in larger rounds. We could set it up in desks. Or we could have nothing in the room at all if we wanted them just to be standing there. But for the purposes of this exercise, we have the ability to set this classroom up as a conference room. So, Melissa, do you want to tell them about how they could brand on the walls during a class?
Yes, Emily. So as you see, you can put up your image logos up on the wall where you see the CM World. Everywhere you see a CM World is a logo opportunity. And straight ahead, you could put up websites, URLs. If you have two different speakers, one speaker could be using one, the other speaker could be using the other. And look at here. This is a photo. Oh my goodness. Is that us in the world, Emily?
That would be your CACM team welcoming you to the space.
Wow, so much possibilities in this virtual space.
So, if I'm understanding you correctly, if I hover over one of the web pages, industry partners, you can see that I can upload a file to the screen. I could share my screen, or I could actually share a webcam. So if you wanted to actually show your face in the virtual space to actually make it a little more human, you could do that as well. And it's as easy as clicking on a button if you're part of a team. or you're part of a class. Now, Melissa, why would someone actually want to sponsor a class in the virtual world?
I think it's important for to support community managers' professional development. It helps to build relationships, and after all, industry partners are our experts in the field. And what better way to show a manager your expertise by supporting their professional development and letting them know that you have some solutions to their challenges.
So, just like in the real world, Melissa, I could come in as an industry partner and have a seat in one of these chairs right beside a manager, if you will, and we can have a conversation as if we're physically in a room together.
That's right.
That's pretty powerful. Perhaps we should show them our auditorium on the last leg of this tour.
All right, let's
I'll meet
teleport there.
I'll meet you in auditorium 5. Here we are in auditorium 5, and as you can see, this is a pretty large space. Melissa, do you want to describe what a room like this might be used for?
This room can be used for larger conferences or events, educational. We will probably use this for the law seminar because this room seats up to 1,000 managers. And you have a lot of possibilities with this room. You can also, as an industry partner, you see to the left, there's information about an event that's coming up. If you look ahead, there's some screens where you could put URLs. And then to the right, there's a logo opportunity. Everywhere you see CMworld or CACM are brand new opportunities for you to promote your products and services to our managers.
So perhaps we should take them onto the stage and show them how big this room can get. Melissa, do you want to take the wheel and make the room larger for them?
So this room right now is sized for an intimate gathering. But as I said, the room is customizable to hold up to 1,000 people. So let me show you. And as the room gets larger, there's also more branding and visibility for your company.
Ah, I see it now as you expand the space. And each one of these, Melissa, could be a little different to lead people to different locations. So let's say I wanted to do a little game with them if I was the sponsor. I could have each one of these green logo areas that I'm seeing take them to a different space to achieve a different game result so they could potentially win a prize.
That is correct, Emily.
Pretty neat. So if I'm sitting in the back of the room, is it easy for me to hear what's happening on the stage?
Yes, we actually have stage controls where you can mute the audience or you can open it up so you can hear people from the very back.
Interesting. So everyone has an opportunity to collaborate, even though the size of the room is very large.
That is correct.
Is there anything else that they should know about these virtual opportunities?
I think the key to know is that there are so many opportunities. The one that I really like is oftentimes CEOs or VPs don't have the opportunity to come to an expo, but now they can because there can be a webcam and they can talk to the audience just as if they were there. And I think that's important to see the leadership of a company.
You know, I think another thing that I'd like to point out is how I can search for people in the world. So let's say we're doing an event for CACM and I want to find out if a big executive has actually shown up. I can hover over and click on the magnifying glass and look for specific individuals that are in the space, find out where they are, and I can use the teleport feature to go to where those individuals may be located. So instantly I can be standing beside Melissa wherever she is in the world, or I can send her a private message by clicking on her name and clicking on send a private chat. So perhaps I want to schedule a meeting with this CEO. I can send them a private chat instantly and schedule a meeting for perhaps at my uh, office space or within a classroom. Is that how that works, Melissa?
That's correct, Emily. And oftentimes managers are so busy. And so with this virtual space, you can go right to them if they're in the world.
That's pretty powerful. Well, thank you for walking through this particular uh, tour with us. We look forward to seeing you in this virtual space. Have a great day.
Thank you.